Hello all, very good morning. Hello, hello. Yeah, hi all, very good morning. Are you able to hear me? Okay, fine. Now. Hmm. Uh, Yesterday we were talking about a little bit brief introduction about automation. So disadvantage of manual testing, advantage of automation testing. So disadvantages of automation testing. So then we were discussing like factors to be considered to go for automation. Okay, so after that we discussed like some installation something we were discussing. Okay, so before then we start up with types of automation tools available in our IT industry with respect to testing. Okay, so before starting types of automation tools, anybody having any questions? No. Okay. See, then we'll try to go for different types of automation tools available. So normally there are three types of automation tools available. So those are nothing but functionality testing tools, performance testing tools, and test management tools. Okay. Uh, One more student is joining today. We just wait for her. Just a second. Hello, Pradnya. Hello, Pradnya. Very good morning. Yeah, from where you are present basically? Sorry? Okay, okay. Okay, I just started a class with types of automation tools available. Okay, so you just here any questions you have means meanwhile you can ask me. Okay, okay. I'm muting as of now. So in middle, anybody having any questions, just message me. Okay, so that we can discuss. Okay, okay. Okay, so there are three types of automation tools available. So those are nothing but functionality testing tools, performance testing tools, and test management tools. Okay, so functionality testing tools. Functionality testing tools are nothing but to verify the functionality of the application. Functionality testing tools comes into picture. Okay, so functionality is nothing but click and verify whether the click operation is functioning, or set whether that set operation is working properly or not. Means once you try to enter gmail.com and press enter, so whether it's navigating login page or not. So in login page you try to enter correct username, correct password, click on sign in button. Okay, so once you click on sign in button, it will allow you to navigate home page according to customer requirements. So whether it's navigating home page or not, that is what you will try to, that means functionality of the application you are trying to validate. So once you click on compose mail page, it should allow you to navigate compose mail page. So whether it's navigating compose mail page or not. So like this, if you verify functionality of the application to test this kind of functionality, functionality testing tools comes into picture. Okay, so there are three major companies were providing functionality testing tools. Okay, so those are nothing but like HP, SEG and IBM. Okay, HP, SEG and IBM. The HP tools, whatever I mentioned here, like Windrunner and QTP, these tools were originally developed by the company named Mercury Interactive. Okay, Mercury Interactive later taken over by these tools by HP. So in the year of ending months of 2008, these tools, whole Mercury Interactive tools, taken over by HP. Okay, so from HP the primary tool is like Windrunner. Then they come up with one more tool like QTP. So Windrunner nowadays nobody is using, so I can say like Windrunner is expired tool. Okay, so most of the companies today these days they were coming up with like QTP. Okay, so we see entire how exactly QTP works like for testing functionality of the applications. We'll see in detail. So as of now you can remember this is the stuff. Okay, then another major company providing one more functionality testing tool, that is nothing but like Silk Test. So Silk Test is from SEG company. Okay, then IBM, from IBM rational functionality test suite. So why here I am calling as like test suite is like Microsoft Office. If you see like Microsoft Office, so Microsoft Office is nothing but like group of tools, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, like that, some combination of tools, they made it as one package. Exactly, from IBM they don't release like independent tools, they'll make it as a combination of tools. So that's why we're calling it as like rational functionality test suite. Okay, so before going in detail like what exactly what, there are two types of tools you come up with in IT industry. So those are with respect to license. Okay, so with respect to license there are two types of tools. So those are nothing but like open source tools and licensed tools. Okay, so open source tools and licensed tools. Okay, open source tools. So open source tools are nothing but like is free tools. Okay, so from internet you can download and you can use with free of cost. So those are nothing but like open source tools. Okay, so then licensed tools. So whatever we discussed so far, like from HP QTP, from SEG Silk Test, from IBM rational functionality test suite. So these tools are nothing but like licensed tools, means you have to invest some budget to use those tools. Okay, licensed tools again divided into two types of licenses. So those are nothing but like seat license or permanent license. Okay, so seat license in nothing but like also you can consider as permanent license. That means once you purchase seat license, how many days you want, those many days you can use. Okay, for testing any of the application. So those are nothing but like seat license. Concurrent license also you can consider as floating license. Okay, so concurrent license is nothing but like on user basis. Okay, so 3 users or 4 users on user basis, they will try to purchase and they will try to use it up. Okay, so that is nothing but like concurrent license, like 3 users or 4 users or 5 users, they'll try to purchase and they can use for a specific application. Okay, so most of the companies are preferring to go for like concurrent licenses. So each and every concurrent license, it will cost around 5 to 10 lakhs. It depends on the technology you are automating. Okay, so the cost of concurrent license is like 5 to 10 lakh Indian rupees I'm talking about. Okay, so these are nothing but like types of tools with respect to license. Sorry. So there are so many open source tools comes into picture. Yes, seat license means per user. Okay, within a computer you can install. So how many days you want within that computer you can use it up permanently. Okay, so there is no expiry, lifelong you can use it up. Okay, but concurrent license means one license server you will purchase, the server license you can keep in some machine, common machine. So remaining 3 or 4 computers I'm talking about, like, so those computers you can point out to this concurrent license server. Okay, so that's how your concurrent license works. So one concurrent license they will purchase it, that license they will try to install in some computer, some server kind of stuff. Okay, so remaining 4 or 5 computers they can point out to this concurrent license server. So that's how your concurrent server works out. Okay, but seat license means within a specific computer you can use it, and that computer only you can permanently use how many days you want, there is no expiry. Okay, so this is nothing but like seat license and concurrent license. No service charge. So permanent license if you take, there is no service charge. Okay, there is no support required, right? So which kind of support you mean now, Paddy? Which kind of support you mean? So at that time they will provide free service. Okay, so at that time so some support team will be there, right? Management team. Okay, so they will provide the free support. Normally most of the companies they don't go for like seat license. Okay, you don't want to worry. Even in case even seat license or concurrent license, so something is going wrong. Okay, so they will provide it with free of cost. But HP is they don't provide free, it's like too much time consuming process. Okay, so service is very bad for HP, even internally also. So for clients even they don't give prompt service, that is very bad with your HP. Okay, so you yourself have to resolve. Even like they were having internal, right? So even gold client or silver client or something like that they were made. If it is gold client, then only they will give prompt response. Other clients, even clients also, they don't give proper response who are working internally. Okay, so support kind of stuff means it's really hectic with respect to HP tool, if you can see. Okay, any more questions? So permanent license you are going for means it costs crores only. Okay, it's not that much cheap. But concurrent license means it costs around, it's like year basis. You will go and purchase for year basis. So it will be like 5 to 10 years or something, 5 to 10 lakhs it will cost. Again, sorry, exactly. Okay, so again it depends on the technology you are using. Okay, any more questions? Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so then there are so many open source tools available in your IT industry. So those are nothing but like Selenium, TestNG, JUnit, NUnit, Auto IT. So test complete, like this, so many tools were available. And one more important point, so many companies, so many projects, they come up with their own tools. Okay, they come up with their own tools. Okay, so that is nothing but like different types of tools available. So I'm saying like here are so many tools I mentioned, like QTP, SELECTS, SEG, WinRunner, like there's so many tools available. Is it really possible to learn all these tools for anybody? It's not possible, right? So one tool, if you get perfect, okay, another tool you can learn in your own. Okay, like Microsoft Word you are using. Do you feel difficulty in using Excel, or Microsoft Word you learn? Do you feel difficulty in learning Excel? All basic concepts you come across like commands will be same, but little bit concept will get better, right? So that one you can learn very easily. You don't want to struggle that much. Like that, exactly, one automation tool, if you get perfect, any of the another tool with little bit support you can learn in your own. Right, with little bit guidance, with little bit help. Okay, so see, every automation tool, automation process approach will be same. Only the thing is terminology or some other stuff, syntactic rules or grammatical rules may get vary. That one you have to get to know. Okay, so this is nothing but like different things you have to remember. So I can suggest one tool you can get perfect like QTP. Any of the another tool you can learn very well. So these days, if you go for market is pretty good for QTP, but than QTP, Selenium is getting very huge demand. Okay, Selenium is getting huge demand. Why is QTP is licensed, right? You have to spend too much money, but Selenium open source tool, so any of the company they can install with free of cost and can use it up. So that's why Selenium is getting huge demand these days. Okay, why means recession was there, right? Still recession was not completely over. Okay, so most of the companies they were going for like cost cutting. That's why they are trying to save money, right? So Selenium they don't want to spend any of them. Okay, so that's why they are going for like Selenium. Okay, but usage by, if you take, if you go for like QTP, so once upon a time, if you remember like 2 or 3 years back, okay, so like it's really not meeting client expectations. You're using some automation tool means client should be having some expectations, right? So some objectives and goals he should be having. But 2 or 3 years back itself, so really automation like QTP not meeting client expectations, not even 10 or 20%. So many issues you are facing with QTP. But nowadays, for past 2 years, I can say like QTP is originally from Mercury Interactive, right? When these tools were with Mercury Interactive, these tools were having so many issues. It's not really meeting client expectations. Once taken over by HP, these tools were really meeting up to some extent, not up to some extent, maximum extent is meeting. Okay, so I was talking about like 20 to 30% when these tools were with Mercury Interactive. Nowadays it's meeting like 60 to 70%, I can say. Okay, even these days also so many issues you are facing, but not that much when these tools were with Mercury Interactive. Okay, so 70 to 7 up to 70% these days meeting client expectations. Okay, so that is with respect to KTP. Other tools like silk test, one more tool is there, right? So silk test also 90% is meeting your expectations. Silk test is pretty good tool. Okay, so once you come up with code, you don't get any of the issues. Okay, so it's meeting 90 to 90, more than 90%, I can say, is meeting client expectations. Okay, so then RFT, rational functionality should really very rarely companies were using, so nobody were going for those tools. Okay, so but up to some extent they were using. Okay, so but very hard to work with rational functionality testing tools. Okay, so I can say like 20 to 30% they were meeting client expectations. Okay, then if you come to like open source tools, Selenium these days getting huge demand, and meet client expectations means up to 50% is meeting client expectations, I can say. Okay, 50 more than 50%, I can say. And open source tools means up to all the tools, you can say like more than 50% they were using client expectations. Okay, but anybody can work with QTP. Even though you are technically strong, still you can work very easily with QTP in such a manner. HP they consider like, man, usually the thing is like in testing, who is not good, like programmatic skills are not good, those people, even non-computer gadgets or push gadgets, what they will do is they will try to learn course somewhere and they'll be coming into testing field, right? So that's why QTP tool intended to this kind of people. That's why they come up with like very user friendly interface, meanwhile usage also very easy. In such a manner they come up with, that's why sorry, QTP anybody can use. Okay, but it's not like other tools. Silk test is not that much easy to use. Okay, if your programmatic skills are good, if you are technically strong, then only you can use silk test, otherwise you cannot use. Okay, it's very difficult. Like the code in silk test, how it looks like is like in C++, the program how it looks like exactly in such a manner it looks like. Okay, it's not that much easy to work with silk test. If you are technically strong, then only you can work, but usage wise it's like 10 to 20%. some some companies they were using like silk test. Okay, so 30% of the project, 30% of the market share is having. Okay, okay, so that is a little bit difficult to use with silk test, even RFT tools also. Okay, but similarly open source tools also, before going to open source tools, see what is the major difference between like licensed tools and open source tools. If you go for like licensed tools, okay, so 80% built-in features they will provide, 20% you have to come up with in your own. Okay, so 80% each and everything like built-in features only you will get a chance to use, but 20% according to your requirement you can customize. But it's not the case with like open source tools. So 20% they will be having like built-in features, 80% you have to come up with in your own. It's completely opposite. Okay, so these are the different important points you have to remember. So market sharing wise, if you go for means QTP is sharing like 50 to 60% of the market. 50 to 60% of the market QTP is sharing. Remaining all tools, open source tools, silk test, RFT, all those tools sharing like 40 to 30 to 40% or around 40%, I can say. Okay, so silk test if you take like 20 to 30%, RFT less than 5%, selenium is 10 to 20 to 30%, I can say. These days is spreading too much selenium too. Okay, okay, so these are the different points you have to remember about like functionality test interface, performance test interface, and test management. Okay, okay, so this open source tools, as I said, like with free of course you can download and you can use it up. Okay, sorry. Then if you come to like licenses tools like QTP, SEG, Silk Test, and RFP tools, the cost is little bit cheap with HP tools like QTP or Winterna. When compared to HP tools, SEG tools were little bit costly. When compared to SEG tools, IBM tools are very costly. Okay, so this one cost of like HP tools, SEG tools, and IBM tools. Okay, so and meanwhile each and every tool having their own drawbacks and advantages. Okay, so some drawbacks of QTP tool is like it doesn't support all operating systems and all browsers. Okay, all operating systems it doesn't support, all browsers also it doesn't support. But silk test silk test also it doesn't support all browsers and all operating systems. Meanwhile selenium, if you go for means like selenium supports, the advantage of selenium is like it supports all browsers and all operating systems. Okay, all browsers, all operating systems it will support. Okay, that is a major advantage of like selenium. But drawback of selenium is like it doesn't support standalone applications, but QTP supports standalone applications pretty good. Okay, so this like this each and every tool they'll be having their own drawbacks or their own limitations. Okay, so these are the different things you have to remember about like different types of tools whenever you are talking about. Sorry. Then you can go for like performance testing tools to verify performance of the applications. Performance testing tools comes into picture. Okay, so before going, there are how many types of applications were there during manual testing? Basics I could have explained. So how many types of tools available, I mean like how many types of applications? There are four types of applications. What are those? Functionality testing tools. So not function, sorry, uh, four types of tools are nothing but like one tier applications, two tier applications, three tier, and n tier. So in detail you have to go means these are the four types of applications, but in brief you have to go means there are two types of applications: client server and web based applications. That means two tier and n tier. Okay, sorry. So if it is like client server application, so those applications within an organization you will get a chance to use. So for those type of applications you don't want to go for performance testing. Okay, So if it is web-based application, so primarily web-based applications means across globe so many people will be trying to access at a time, right? So at the time how your application is performing, so that means that kind of performance you have to validate means performance testing tools comes into picture. Okay, so to validate performance of the applications, performance testing tools comes into picture. From HP load runner, from SEG silk performer, from IBM rational functionality suite. Meanwhile, like test maker, web load, okay, like that so many other tools also in the market. Even though there are so many tools, so many performance testing tools available in the market, but so many companies up to some extent they were using like load runner. Okay, so they were using load runner. Okay, so that is nothing but like performance testing tools. Okay, so then you can go for like test management tools. Okay, let us suppose I told like for whatever the project you are working, there are majorly two types of releases you come across: major release or minor release. So major release means mostly is 3 months, minor release means is 1 month. Okay, but remember it depends on the project, it may get vary. Okay, so let us suppose releases you may come across like what are the names they want, they can make it Augusta, like that, whatever the naming can, or SIT, MIT or something like that, they can make it, whatever they feel comfortable they can make it. Okay, so let us suppose you are under SIT 1500, you are getting releases like SIT 100, SIT 200, SIT 300, SIT 400, 500, 600, 700, like that you are getting. You are under release like SIT 1500. Here one of your colleague found very critical bug. That bug is appearing from release 1000 onwards, let us assume. Okay, that means 5 releases that bug has missed out. Okay, normally how they will continue with their execution? So for a specific application they were having like 5000 10,000 test cases, 20 guys were working. Okay, so 20 guys were working like 10,000 test cases are there, means per head how many test cases you come across? 500 test cases. So what is your responsibility is like whatever the test case got assigned for you, each and every release you have to execute those test cases. And remember, it's not like for lifelong. Okay, so 3 or 4 releases you will try to execute those 500 test cases. After that you will try to swap the functional modules in between team members, they will try to swap. Why? You are you will be executing same test case again and again for so many years, so you will get expertise in one module. So within an organization there may be so many things going on, so many organization changes will be going on. So you may or you may not feel comfortable like what is the salary or what are the application you are working, you may not feel comfortable. So at that time you will try to shift, right? So at that time if you are good in whole module, you only the resource, key resource for this application, let us suppose. If you try to leave, then the trait have to handle means is very difficult, right? So at that point of time, so if so many people pretty good in all function modules, then only the project can survive. By considering all these factors, the modules will be swapping very frequently. Okay, so it's not like you should get perfect in one module, you have to get perfect in all the modules. Okay, but it won't happen within hours or within days. Okay, it will take some time. So like that every 5 releases they will try to swap their functional module. In such a manner, you will be able to working within an organization. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So like that, we are discussing like you are in release 1500. So there one critical bug you found. So that bug is appearing from release 500 onwards. Okay. So what happening is like one guy who got assigned like 500 test cases, he was not executing all the test cases. Okay. He was executing few test cases, and without executing few test cases, he simply putting pass. People may do like that, right? But companies have to, or clients have to find out whether you are executed all the test cases or not. They can find out. They want to really want to find whether you are executed all the test cases or not. Means they can find out. How they can find out? Any idea? How they can find out? One concept you may come across like logs. Okay. So with the help of logs they can find out. Okay. So log is nothing but like within your computer, if you consider from the point you start till you shut down your computer. Okay. So which are the operations you are performing, each and everything, event by event, it will get logged somewhere. Okay. Here you are seeing, right, like CAAB setup log. Okay. So like this, if you go for here, the logs how it's looking like. So this is how, which are the events you perform, each and everything, it will get logged somewhere. Okay. So here you are seeing like CASS log. Okay. So like that. So what are the modules you are performing, what are the operations you are performing, each and everything along with the time. See here, time also they were mentioned. Okay. Okay. So and meanwhile these all are not only the log files. If you go for like Windows, in Windows also somewhere you see logs. Okay. Setup log, you see setup log. Okay. So here also few more log files. Okay. So like that, so many log files gets generated in your computer. Exactly whatever the application you are working for, that application, which are the events you are performing, it will get log each and every event. Okay. So developers or clients may go like log files. Okay. If they don't find what are the function module you are taking care of, related logs, what does it mean? You haven't executed properly. Okay. Like that they can find out very easily. Okay. Okay. So at this point of time, how they can catch it up, whose mistake is that, means who is taking care of these 500 test cases, they can analyze. So these to whom it will go very easily. So like that they can find out whose mistake is. Okay. So like, so to, in order to overcome this kind of issues, what organizations will do is, which are the activities you are performing within an organization, not only testing here, commonly I'm saying. Okay. So each and everything gets tracked somewhere. Okay. So there test management tools comes into picture. We are into testing, so we are discussing like test management tools. Okay. So if we discuss with respect to testing, which are the activities you are performing with respect to testing, each and everything gets tracked somewhere. So which are the different activities you will be performing? creating test case, executing test cases, analyzing the results and reporting the defects. So these are the different things you'll be performing. So each and everything it will get logged somewhere. Like you're working for specific project means what you will do is like so for a specific application you are having 10,000 test cases. Okay, so those 10,000 test cases base you don't disturb. Okay, so whenever you get release, what will is like you will copy the test cases to release 1500, like that one folder you will get, there you will copy and there you will try to execute, like manually you are executing, you are not using like quality center or something like that. Okay, so like that manually you will copy, and while creating test cases you will be having like expected value and actual value, right? So actual value field will be blank, you are leaving actual value and result. Okay, so whenever you are copying those files, you will try to fill up like expected value and actual value like that. Okay, so you will copy from original source to whatever the release it is, subsequent releases, and there you will be storing results in such a manner. Then release the 1600, release 1700, like that original base you don't disturb. If you are using like quality center, in quality center also like that you will try to create test sets and you can map test cases and you will try to perform your execution. That's how you will try to manage. Okay, so very simply I have to say means which are the activities you are performing from scratch to delivery with respect to testing, each and everything they will try to track somewhere for better management and maintenance purpose. So there test management tools comes into picture. Here we are discussing, we are into testing, that's why we are discussing with respect to testing. This management not only applicable for testing, okay, it's applicable for development as well. Okay, so development how it will be helpful is like see, in India long time back, 3 or 4 years back, they come up with like Tata prepaid to paid, that is 1 paisa plan. Okay, so at that time it was flapped. So after that they come up with like Tata Docomo, this is also 1 paisa plan, so but it got huge success. So now let us assume Tata prepaid to paid, it got flapped. Okay, so that's why they crashed entire system. Okay, so they have to come up with Tata Docomo prepaid, Tata Docomo 1 paisa plan means again they have to start from scratch, right? So instead of this approach, what they could have done is like Tata prepaid to paid, they could have put somewhere, they copy to Tata Docomo and they can make necessary changes and release into the market, right? So if they follow this is the approach, it will be very easy, right? So like that companies what they will do is like within an organization which are the different things going on, each and everything they will track. So very simply I have to say means like release 100, developers are coming up with some code for 1 paisa plan, let us assume 1 paisa plan. Okay, release 200, client don't want 1 paisa plan, he want like 50 paisa plan. So developers what they will do is instead of replacing in release 100 build itself, what they will do is release 500, release 100 code they don't disturb, they will keep it somewhere, they copy it to release 200 and they come up with their changes. Similarly release 200, they will place it to somewhere, they copy it to release 300 and come up with their code changes, like that they will be following. So their management tools comes into picture. Okay, so there are so many tools available in your IT industry. So originally these tools like Test Director, Quality Center come up by Mercury Interactive company, later taken over by HP. So Test Director is like what do you say, like it's a standalone application. So like your Office, how you can download, install in your computer, exactly like that you can use. That is nothing but like Test Director. Test Director is a primary tool from Mercury Interactive. Later nobody is using like Test Director is very old tool. You can say like it's expired tool like WinRunner. Okay, then Quality Center they come up with. Quality Center is like web based tool like your Gmail, how you'll access. So from client site like HP you can access. So that is nothing but like Quality Center. So latest tool from HP is like Application Lifecycle Management. So Quality Center's latest version is like Application Lifecycle Management. Okay, so the UI entirely got changed for Application Lifecycle Management. Okay, so that's what whenever we get into picture, like as we proceed with our course, okay, we'll discuss. So as of now you can remember these are the different steps. So these are nothing but like okay, so with the help of Quality Center, which all are the activities you'll be performing with respect to testing? Each and everything gets tracked, gets managed with the help of Quality Center, like creating test cases, executing test cases, and reporting the bugs on dashboard. Each and everything with respect to testing you can track with Quality Center. Application lifecycle management, not only testing activities, development activities also you can manage in such a manner. They come up with like lifecycle management tool. Okay, so once we get into like application lifecycle management, there you'll see. Then from say Silk Manager, with the help of Silk Manager you can just create your test cases. Okay, from IBM Clear Quest. So Clear Quest is the tool only for logging bugs. Okay, logging defects. For bugs management they can use like Clear Quest. So these all are nothing but like open source, these all are licensed tools. Then you'll come across like open source tools like VSS, Bugzilla, Jira, like the so many tools available. So VSS is from Microsoft. Okay, so this is like some server you'll be managing. So once you come office, what you will do is like you'll check out the latest code from server. Check out from server, so it will get latest code to your computer whenever you check out. Okay, so then you'll make what are the updates you want for today. At the end of the day, what you will do is like you'll check into server and go home. That is the kind of stuff you'll be using if you are using like VSS, but nobody are using these days like VSS. Okay, Bugzilla and Jira, these are open source tools with free of course you can use it. So this Bugzilla and Jira are nothing but like only for logging bugs, only for managing bugs. Okay, so these all are the different tools you come across in your IT industry, but most of the companies, most of the projects they were using Quality Center. Okay, so this is different types of tools available in your IT industry. So this is like with respect to license, with respect to market sharing, with respect to difficult cost, technical expertise. Okay, so Silk test are open source tools. If you are technically strong, then only you can use. Otherwise, it's little bit difficult. But it's not like that much difficult. You can learn in your own. Or it's basics. See, open source tools. There are so many sites available in your internet, Google. So you can learn it up. Even we'll cover each and everything in our course schedule. You don't want to worry. Okay, with the basics, we will cover in our course schedule. Okay. So this one we already discussed. Okay, so these are nothing but like three types of tools available in your IT industry. Okay, so functionality testing tools, performance testing tools, and test management tools, and open source tools and licensed tools. Any questions? Yes. Yeah, I have unmuted. Yeah, tell me. No. Or QTB Silk test also you can use for standalone applications as well as web-based applications. Meanwhile, RFT tools also you can use for standalone applications and web-based applications. But Selenium tool is only the tool uses for web-based applications. You cannot use for standalone applications. That is the major disadvantage like a Selenium. In future they may overcome, but as of now that is the future. Meanwhile in Selenium you come across like 3 versions: Selenium IDE, WebDriver and RC. So Selenium IDE is the first version from Selenium, RC is the second version, WebDriver is the latest version. So first version IDE supports only web-based application like only Mozilla. It doesn't support all other browsers, but RC and WebDriver support other browsers as well. Okay, other operating systems as well. Okay, like that. Any more questions? Sorry, no more questions. No questions means here we'll stop.